RITE versus RIGHT. So I'll do RIGHT. Okay, so there's some suspicious vehicles around me, but a few of them take the cake, like this vehicle up here that's coming up on the right. Okay, you know, this shady looking van called Titan. Let's go Tiffin, and he has this kind of black Jeep behind him, right? And that's a shady, like, command center looking van or something. Excuse me, those things called campers or whatever those things are. I thought for a second that dude was the police or something. Yeah, this kind of underpinning. You know, so it's suspicious. Again, you know, these people tend to have some kind of official mission or something. I hear coming up on here, not too far from this dude, is this dude with the black, and then this van, right? You see that pattern? So that black, the guy in all black was a biker, and here's this dude in the van that's similar to that camper. I think those things are called. A few you kind of forget words too. You know, sometimes people actually forget words. I thought for a second that dude was the police or something. Yeah, this kind of underpinning. You know, so it's suspicious. Again, you know, these people tend to have some kind of official mission or something. I hear coming up on here, not too far from this dude, is this dude with the black, and then this van, right? You see that pattern? So that black, the guy in all black was a biker, and here's this dude in the van that's similar to that camper. I think those things are called. A few you kind of forget words too. You know, sometimes people actually forget words. It triggers you to action, right? It's like a call to action. Look at that. You go up down the left. Yeah, that's interesting. There's some suspicious things about me. That was the dude behind me, whatever. And then here's another black vehicle behind me. Okay. And then at the light over there on the right, there's another sort of suspicious thing. It's three tinted vehicles in front of very suspicious, but I don't know if I caught that. And then doing the black, and there's more black here. Now, some of these guys look like they're thugs or something. They don't want to be recorded. That's always awkward, right? But shout out to those guys to some degree, because you know, I'm just trying to record this stuff. I'm not trying to kind of say, hey, I'm putting you on blast or something or whatever, right? Okay. But again, you know, if you're doing the wrong thing, you're doing the wrong thing. So I just said that. Good measure, whatever. And here's this female wearing a black shirt, but again, it's not how they ordinarily wear a black shirt or something, but with the patterns we're seeing, we know that it's suspicious, you know. Same type of car as mine, but again, it's not that out of the ordinary. But the patterns show us that this is psyop. I noticed this the other day. So sometimes it's where they live. There's some confusion on whether or not I'm allowed to record a private property from a public standpoint. I'm guessing I'm not, so, you know, I don't know. The circumstances do seem to allow it, so I'm just gonna point basically a bunch of vehicles parked side to side. So you've just been driving for like, what, 5 minutes tops? How many of you have this many tinted vehicles around you, right? You know, keep in mind that you think people will be buying the electric cars because the climate thing. So are these, you know, they're semi-newer, right? You know, vehicles, right? They're very new. And they're like, you know, not many of them are Teslas. So why is that, right? You know, even at this tech coming over here is this pickup truck right here. All black. All these black vehicles everywhere tinted. They're behind you. Some are like very specific. And that's clear that they're doing that to sensitize the target. So the person says, you know, that there's black vehicles around them. They say it in a way that's kind of crazy or something. You know, they're fuming me. So my speech patterns change. They say, this guy's crazy and he thinks he's being stalked, which is part of the the description for some mental illnesses, you know. People are in their own zone and they believe that people are coming after them, right? Anxiety, psychosis, schizoaffective, schizophrenia. Okay, and I'm very familiar. I researched these things and I talk about mental health, and I'm one of the most outspoken critics of mental health historically. I have, you know, at least hundreds of videos about psychiatry and psychology where I disagree with them and so on and so forth. Big Pharma really doesn't like me. They have the money and the power by themselves to cause this to occur, but there's other stuff going on here. There's religious stuff. There's other reasons I'm targeted. The reasons I'm targeted are like the grains of sand on the beach, you know. And so that's that. Right here's another guy, black, sweater, yeah. And so you get it, the idea, right? The idea is try to make the target seem crazy, try to discredit him, harass him, abuse him at the same time. And there's a lot of abuse stuff in the news now. You know, every military in the world, I'd imagine, has a problem with sexual abuse, has a problem with various criminal activities, various forms of abuse, narcissism, what have you. But you know, I think that how people respond to this stuff in Israel and you know, on the American basis for that matter, Russian crimes, regardless of what it is, right? It's very important. It's more important than people think. They kind of take that for granted, right? You don't take those things seriously. You find yourself in a world where people abuse people and they just think it's like jaywalking or something, and they don't take it seriously enough, and there's all kinds of problems and stuff. So again, you see this as we come into this parking lot, right? I'm gonna have to pop out and make sure I get this in a way that could be used in various contexts with no problems. Let me get all these black vehicles. So I'm gonna do this another clip here. You see a bunch of black vehicles in the parking lot at the same time. Two vehicles, right? It extends over there. Black vehicles there. Okay. And so you look in the drive-through over there. Black vehicle over there. And that's it. And this guy looked black. So I'm recording a lot of this stuff because the extenuating circumstance I have to record in a way that otherwise wouldn't be legal. And, you know, I could get a ticket for it, right? I see that Jeep over there. Those two black vehicles over there. But because, you know, it's this kind of government psyop that I'm allowed to kind of record. Okay, so just in case you didn't notice in the first clip, okay, this is a different shopping center than I often go to. Okay, it's like they knew I was coming here, right? Most people ain't kind of work there, so it makes sense that they're wearing black, like I said. Part of it is them doing what they normally do, right? They time it so that people who are going to work, you know, are just going to say, hey, you know, we're just going to work like we usually do, and that's what we wear. And that adds to the number. And then some of it probably is coincidence, I don't know. It adds to the number of people wearing black, and the black, you see this Jeep, right, is very pronounced as black. Whoa, right? What's the point of, you know, tinting your windows and all that if you're going to kind of draw attention to yourself like that, right? And they do things like that to sensitize you so you feel that you're being persecuted. So I've seen this video about this gentleman in Denver who opened up a coffee shop as part of his church's mission, and he said hordes of LGBT people came out, and this guy's wearing all black, he doesn't work there, you know, to harass them. And it's not just the left, right? You know, it's the right. It's not just the far right. It's the whole political spectrum that's doing this type of stuff, right? I've seen people from every every part of, you know, society that take part in this. Very, you know, homeless people, rich people, very nice Mercedes. I've seen, you know, it's everybody. It's left, right, middle. This is, you know, in Morgan Hill, there's a lot of everything, right? There's libertarians, there's conservatives, there's Democrats, there's Christians, Muslims, Jews, Hindus, Sikhs, like, you know, you name it, right? Buddhists. There's, you know, and you see that it's spread out across society, okay, pretty thorough. And so you see that, right? Here's another guy, he doesn't work there, he's wearing all black. Yep. And so it's pretty straightforward that it's commonly understood that people harass people, but you're not supposed to follow people around, okay, and fume them and so on and so forth, or work in concert with the people who are fuming. Okay, and then at the drive-thru again, there's more tinted vehicles, right? You know. I think we can all agree on that.
He said they'll have it for sure.
So, brother park right by this. Wasn't on purpose, you know. We seem to have an ability to kind of anticipate where we're going to go, you know, and that supports the theory that these fumes that are everywhere are part of, you know, some kind of brain hacking technology that's people hooked to a machine. Now, again, I can't say for sure, but the evidence does suggest that. Okay, and I think it's stupid to think that the evidence doesn't suggest it. Again, it's 2024, not 1724 or something. The government is more than capable of coming up with that technology by now and applying it, especially when you see how people have been acting. All the people on the internet with their kind of trance-like look in their eyes. There's a lot of evidence that suggests this. You know, why are black cars with tinted windows? Let's consider the opposition view here. They might say that they're just popular vehicles. Okay, so why are they popular? Why does everyone want to be in a Darth Vader mobile, so to speak? Okay, that by itself is like worse than a great conspiracy if people on their own have decided they want to be evil for no reason without a corporate movement kind of pressuring them to do so. It's pretty straightforward, right?